Redemption family, as your lead pastor, every role comes with a responsibility, and one of our responsibilities is being transparent with how we do ministry at the church. And I put this video together. It's a brand new thing we're doing. We just want to continue to communicate what God's doing. We want to be honest and open with you in every area that we possibly can, especially the area of finances. 2024, we saw God do a lot of things. Romans 12:15 says, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep." Man, you guys were so faithful to our family in standing with us as we went through one of the most difficult seasons with Tyler's amputation. Definitely the biggest thing my son has ever faced. And you guys were so faithful and so generous to him. I remember standing by some of your bedsides as those that you love went home to be with Jesus, and we are doing what the Bible is calling us to do. Together we witnessed God do some really amazing things. 58 people have been rescued, right, from the devil's hell. You watched, depending on what service it's at, you watched people submerged in the water, coming up out of the water, and just representing, hey, this new life that God has given me, and that hear those applause going all over the building as that happened. Man, I know it brought God glory and just really excited him. Together we have prayed with one another and for one another. One of the tools that we have given you guys is an Echo Prayer app. And so together we log in and we have prayed 7,344 prayers, and we have witnessed God answer 93 of those prayers collectively, at least that we know of, which is a tangible reminder of God's power as He is moving in us. And speaking of God's moving, He is moving all over our nation, in some of the most unusual places. I don't know about you, but I listen to podcasts, and some of these podcasters who have millions of people following them, they are now coming to Christ and are talking about Jesus, and it's a whole nother platform. And while we're not reaching millions of people, our little church right here in Southern Illinois is making a difference in the kingdom. Every week you see more and more new faces. People are coming to church. People are hearing about Jesus and getting into His Word. And I'm telling you, God is moving. I saw 355 people begin to read our Bible plans, which is absolutely amazing that right now 59% of our church is in the Bible. And while looking back, it's always important to celebrate what God is doing. I want to take the next few minutes and just communicate what God is doing now, because there is so much more to do. As Jesus' day is drawing near, we have to be ever vigilant, like in our kids' lives, in our students' lives, and in your life, because you know what I know, that we live in a self-absorbed culture, a culture that is so far from God. And so that's why we're teaching our kids to circle up in Redemption Island, to lift you as mom and dads up, to lift their friends and family up in prayer. We're teaching them to trust God even at the youngest ages. We've seen in student ministry, we've seen evangelism break out. Students are bringing their friends who they go to school with, who they live in different neighborhoods with, and they're on the same sports teams in multiple different schools. They're showing up, joining a team, and doing life with the very people that they are worshiping with now. It is an amazing thing to see. You know that as our church continues to grow, our staff is going to have to be multiplied as well to better serve God and to better serve you. There are just so many people coming and going. We want to get them connected because every single person matters. I don't know if you've noticed, but the parking lot is getting smaller. The building is getting smaller. I never thought I would be saying this, but we need a bigger space, right? The need for space for Bible studies, for you to get with your friends, to be able to teach the Bible, to learn how to pray, to learn how to be evangelists. All these things we just need space for. And honestly, there has never been a better time to reach more people in this area than right now. I'm telling you, there is a hunger in this world for Jesus. It is so obvious. As I said before, there is still so much to do. Well, one truth that you haven't heard me talk much about in the past is money and ministry literally go hand in hand. And the rate at which money comes in is the rate at which we can do ministry. And here's one misconception that I think as believers we need to get past, and that is we all need to do our little part, right? When we do our little part, God does big things all over Southern Illinois. It's already been proven. That's when you're looking around, that's what you're seeing, right? The realization in my life and in your life is that money is a tool, not a treasure. And God will take that tool and do amazing things. One of the beautiful things about all of us is we can always create margin in our lives. And let me tell you what margin does. Margin gives gives you a little peace of mind, and margin allows you to partner with ministry. And when I think about the church of Jesus Christ, right, God's plan for reaching the world is the church. And so when you financially partner with the church, you are partnering with God's plan around the world. I know that every little bit matters and every little bit counts. You know this. You drive through a drive-through. If you go through McDonald's and you order something, they'll literally ask you this every time. No, not the mobile app. They'll ask you this: hey, would you like to round up? And so I did a little research. Do you know they raised $39 million annually for the Ronald McDonald House for that? What's that evidence of? Every little bit matters. There is no gift that is too small. Jesus taught that with the widow's mite. So a huge thank you, because it is an honor and a privilege to be your lead pastor, to be able to open the Bible, to lead you closer and closer to Jesus, to see your families turning to God. We all benefit for those who financially partner with our ministry. So huge thank you to all of our partners from 2024. And for those of you today that are considering partnering with us, please know that every gift of every size is appreciated. Thank you, Redemption family, for making an eternal difference and an impact for Jesus in Southern Illinois.